So I was in Slovenia, and it was actually not my first choice. I was planning to go to Nepal. It took me a bit of time to process the difference, because I was originally hoping and planning to maybe be the first Christian somebody's met, you know? And then you go to Slovenia and everybody knows who Jesus is. It's a predominantly Catholic country, and so you go on the street and you talk to people and you're like, do you know who Jesus is? And they're like, yeah, what about him? Slovenia definitely had its challenges. On internship, I really struggled with depression for a long season. I had struggled here and there in the past, but it really took a toll on me in Slovenia, and it got very serious. I struggled with suicide and just a lot of heavy things. But some of the most helpful things during that time were worshiping God, and just crying out to Him and giving Him everything I was feeling. And He comforted me a lot during those times where I leaned into Him. And it was a challenging time, but I learned a lot about obedience to the Lord, I think, during that season, because He called me to Slovenia. He called the rest of my team to Slovenia. I remember there was one evening I was kind of just feeling restless, and I kind of felt the Lord leading me to just walk to the skate park in the town. So it's like nighttime, it's dark out, and I just walked over there, and there was a dude skateboarding, and so I walked over to him and started trying to speak Slovene to him, and he spoke fluent English, and so I was able to have a conversation with him, and we started skateboarding together. We played a game of skate, and he was like my first, I'd say probably my first good local friend. It was cool because a lot of those kids that were skateboarding, it was either skateboarding or drugs. That was the outlets that they had to hang out. And so I would hang out with them, and we'd skate and have a good time. And so that in and of itself was good. But I had some sweet conversations with one of my friends about God and about just desires that he has, and we really connected. I think BGU trained me really well prior to internship to have a good biblical foundation for the struggles and the trials that I went through on internship. And so with my foundation as Christ, although I was shaken, it wasn't destructive in the trials that I went through, and the Lord was able to bring me through them. I think one of the things God wanted to say to me on internship is just that I'm with you. I was reminded of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and how they were in the furnace, and God was with them in the furnace. And I came to the understanding that God doesn't look down on us from up in heaven and just send us through these trials and send us through these refining periods just from up ahead. He's like, don't worry, you'll get through it. He's with us in the middle of it. And even if I can't meet with people in Slovenia, even if I feel like I don't have any friends or I'm alone on internship, He was always there with me. He never left me. And He helped me to grow in an understanding of His presence in my life and in the lives of everybody around me.